Hey folks, welcome back here to the VegasDon channel. We're here off of Washington Avenue here on the mean streets of Las Vegas. You see this building over here on the left all boarded up. Looks like the whole thing's been all boarded up. We have a park over here on the right. Lots of calls for service in this area, guys. I get a lot of requests from folks asking me to do Washington and D Street here on the historic West Side. Well, here we are, and that is the historic West Side School right there. The school that was segregated. This part of town was isolated and segregated for folks of color back in those ignominious days in this country's history. But they've done their best to try and restore and preserve it down here. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on down here on D Street, especially after dark. We're actually underneath the interchange here for Interstate 11 at Interstate 15. And we'll pause it here. As soon as I said that, it turned green. It always happens. Always happens that way. So we'll make this right here. So again, now we're on City Parkway right here. Just next to Interstate 11 and Interstate 15, the Spaghetti Bowl interchange as it's known down here. And a lot of folks out and about, a lot of folks making camp. See a lot of shopping carts, things of that nature around here. And this is going to bring us down here to Bonanza. We are going to... how do I want to do this? I'm going to make a right here onto Bonanza. That's what we'll do. This gentleman... okay. And again, you can see the signs here. Like right here it says Historic West Side, flapping in the breeze. Pretty windy day out here today. We show you all things Vegas here on the VegasDon channel, not just the glitz and glam of Las Vegas Strip and Fremont Street, but all things Vegas. And this is H Street right here. So we'll make a left and go northbound here on H Street. H Street just south of Washington. And we have some boarded up buildings here on the left. Now this is called Marble Manor. This is, I've had a lot of folks comment on my previous videos over here and say that they are going to be demolishing this and starting over with something new, some affordable housing in here. You can see all the plywood. And the plywood is up there, I'm told, because it helps keep the unhoused, unsheltered folks out. But very dystopian here in an area that's it's of course called Historic West Side. You would think that things would be a little bit, that the city would have a lot more pride in the area, not the residents, the city. The city would be working to make it a little bit better for folks. This is J Street right here. I've had some requests from folks asking me to come out here to J Street, so we'll make a right here. So J Street here, just south of Washington. J for Juliet. And these on this side have not been boarded up, but again, Marble Manor on both sides here. We'll make a right here onto Morgan Avenue. And you can see plywood. Some of these are still occupied. You know, the one thing you notice about some of these areas is there's not a lot of trees. I mean, they do have trees in here, but like, that's just barren. Not what you would expect in Las Vegas. Fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada, right? This whole area over here, by the way, off of McWilliams Street. McWilliams, he bought this land initially back in the day from Helen Stewart, but he did so without water rights. So everyone that came to move here, they're like, where's the water? Well, there was none, so the people took off. And the town side over here on this side failed. So he sold the land back to Helen Stewart because Helen Stewart was speculating, real estate speculating, as to where they were going to put the railroad through when it finally came through. She wanted to make sure she was able to get that money from the railroad company. Just lots of empty buildings with plywood all over them there. Also, please check out my wife's channel, Cinnamon and Jupiter. She does some awesome astrology and spirituality videos. And even if those aren't your thing, if you could still like and subscribe, would really mean a ton to us as we try and get her off the ground and on her feet. Go back over here to H Street. We'll go up here to Bonanza and make a right. Turn around, don't drown. I mentioned that in one of the previous videos. There's a billboard for it right above us there on the interstate. Because when it rains here, the rain has nowhere to go because the ground is so hard it can't soak into the ground, so it's just floods, flash flooding everywhere when it rains. Not a good scene at all. Wanted to pull in here real quick because across the street is something that I want to show you. But over here you have Beer Zombies Brewery, which I still need to check out. Definitely want to check this place out. Beer Zombies Brewing Company. It's an old fire truck over there. But across the street is what I wanted to point out coming in here. By the way, they have this little yard there. It's probably nice during the winter months. We don't get a lot of snow here, at least not on the valley floor, so just get cold, that's all. So over here on the left, and all right in front of us, this whole area right in here, that used to be the Moulin Rouge Casino Hotel. Its significance is that it was only open for like 6 months back in, I think it was 55, but back in those days, everything was segregated, right? So Sammy Davis, for instance, and other entertainers came over here to Moulin Rouge and hung out because they weren't allowed down on the strip. And I know that Sinatra and Dean Martin, etc., they were like, no, this isn't going to happen. This isn't going to work because, you know, Sammy's a good guy. He doesn't need to be segregated and kept separate and all that. So that was said to be the catalyst for desegregation here in Las Vegas. So important piece of history right there in this town's background. Shout out to member Tobin for helping me remember that. If you don't know Tobin, he is a fantastic member of our community here. He drops a lot of comments, a lot of knowledge, background and history here in the comments for a lot of these videos, so please check those out. Very, very knowledgeable guy. Very nice guy too. Really cool dude. We'll pause for a sec. Okay, we got the green light here at MLK, Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. So we'll continue westbound here on Bonanza, State Route 579. Wasn't that a store in the mall at one time? 579 Jeans, was it? I don't remember now. It's been a while since I've been to the mall, so I don't remember a lot of that stuff. Ahern over there. Also check out Vids from Mike, VidsFromMike. He does some sensational sunrise and sunset drone videos that you do not want to miss. We're actually on the Pioneer Trail here in Las Vegas right now. That's VidsFromMike. Very cool channel and a very cool guy. He doesn't do any live streams or anything, but very, very cool videos. And as always, remember here on the VegasDon channel, it is the journey where what happens in Vegas stays right here on the VegasDon channel on YouTube. Thank you so much, you guys. We'll see you on the next one.